My name is Andrea Jacobson, and I hand paint glassware that I bake, and it becomes dishwasher safe. Back in high school, I did it for fun, just for friends, just painting on shot glasses and whatnot. Always told them that was for show, don't use it, it'll wash off. A few years, many years actually, after college and everything, and moving out to Virginia from San Francisco Bay Area, I wasn't finding any work in the arts, and my mom just had this idea of, hey, why don't you paint glassware again? I was like, where'd that come from? And she's like, well, you really liked it and enjoyed it. So I did some research with some paints, tried a few, and finally found one that worked that was dishwasher safe, that I could actually paint and have it be marketable as a utilitarian art. Definitely enjoy doing it. I love painting. I love having requests from people. It lets them be a part of what I'm doing too, because they ask for custom orders, and that's a lot of fun, trying to bring something to life that otherwise people would just have this idea and wouldn't be able to have put on a glass. That depends on the glass. If we're talking like a shot glass, half hour to an hour, depending on detail. If it's a wine glass or even actually a beer mug, I can be painting for 2 to some odd 3 hours, especially if it's something very difficult like a Marilyn Monroe piece or something. Basically, I start by thinking up what I want to paint. I try and find the best glass that's going to fit that. If it's something tall and lengthy, maybe like a shooter glass or a tall tumbler. If I need more wider space, usually beer mug is best, or like a flat, short, tumbler or scotch glass or something to that effect, depending. And then I will sketch out the design first in some cases, or sometimes I just go for it. I just dive in and paint, trial and error, and sometimes a toothpick ends up being my best friend when I have mistakes or need to do really fine areas. I lucked out. My parents own their own flooring company, so my mom runs that. She is the treasurer, co-owner, etc., etc. So she did the business license, she's doing the taxes, she's putting it all together, so I scored on that. Yes and no. Per se, we have made profit, but it's not definitely profitable in the way that you can live off of it. Basically, anything we've made so far, we've just put back into it so that we can have more opportunities to go to art shows. And we kind of use that as, we pick art shows where it may be like a vacation spot. So kind of when we're going to these shows or galleries or whatnot, it's fun for us, and what we're doing is paying for what we're doing. So it's just kind of cycles back. Some difficulties have been people not realizing that the pieces really are hand painted, so they're not going to be like, if you give me a photograph of your grandchild and I can sketch it out about as close as it's going to be at how it looks painted. And sometimes they'll be like, well, the detail's lacking. I'm like, well, it's paint, and there's only so many colors, so many things I can do with the paint in order to make sure I can bake the glasses and make them dishwasher safe. So sometimes them realizing it's not like a photocopy on there, that it's actually me sitting there and painting. Sometimes that's a little difficult. Some, yes. Definitely, even here in the gallery, there is other hand-painted glassware. It's definitely fun, so it's popular, and people love getting personalized wine glasses and whatnot. My one little niche I do have is I did the research, I tried different things, and mine are dishwasher safe. So you can actually wash it and not be afraid of wiping things off.